Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Democrats in the Senate and choices. Okay, so the continuing resolution made it through the House, mostly on party lines, after Trump had to personally get involved to secure votes on the Republican side of the aisle. That sends it to the Senate, and Democrats in the Senate have a choice to make. But before we get to that, let's hit some quick questions. Hey, this doesn't have anywhere near the cuts promised. Why did Republicans vote in favor and Democrats oppose it? This is a continuing resolution, not the budget reconciliation. Two different things dealing with money. This will keep the government open through September, and it has some Republican priorities in it. The budget reconciliation is where the deep cuts are. Okay, next one. Why is the media saying Republicans need Democratic votes? I thought this went through with a simple majority. That's the budget reconciliation. This needs 60 votes. So for it to go forward, some Democrats have to sign on. That brings us to the big question. They're phrased in different ways, some in support of passing it and some opposed. It seems like most of you think they should block it, but are curious about why they wouldn't. So, we're going to go over the choice facing Senate Democrats. First option, don't support it. If they go this route, we'll almost certainly have a government shutdown. It would also fire up the Democratic base and give people the demonstration that they're willing to fight. It will also defeat a bill that doesn't align with Democratic priorities and that isn't what's known as a clean CR, which is a bill that doesn't include either side's priorities. So what's the downside to this? They have to be able to successfully message to the part of the public that isn't their base. Everybody's groaning at the plan that requires successful messaging from the Democratic Party. The other concern is that the economy tanks because of the shutdown. As I've talked about at length, that's already underway. I think it would be easy for them to avoid the blame on that one. Another issue is that Trump might want a government shutdown because he'll get a lot of latitude in determining what to keep open. But I think the big question is, can the Democratic Party avoid the blame in the public's eye for not helping it to pass? That's really what their decision will probably hinge on. What about letting it go through? They avoid all of the above, but have new problems. They voted for a CR they didn't want, give Trump a political win, and anger much of their base who wants to see a fight. Is there an upside? If this passes, it might take the pressure off Republicans negotiating amongst themselves over the budget reconciliation with the deep cuts. If the pressure is off, they may not move forward with it for a while. That delays the impacts of the cuts and stops implementation of a lot of things in Project 2025 for a while, which means the vote will be closer to the midterms. It's playing the long game, but it hinges on continued dysfunction in the Republican Party. So, those are the two sides. We're normally pretty good with the vote count math, knowing how senators will vote. We don't have a clue. In fact, there's two possible Republican no votes. We can't even guess which way the end vote will turn out. Most Democrats seem to want to vote no, but are worried about the fallout. If you have trouble deciding where you're at, don't feel bad. Even among us, there's debate between letting it go through using votes from the most vulnerable senators to blocking it and saying they won't pass anything until Trump drops the tariffs and gets rid of DOGE. This would tank the economy overnight and is being called the "it's going to happen anyway, let's get this party started" plan. I'm curious what y'all think. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.